Hello guys, so I just did a little workout, so I kind of look a little sweaty, greasy, but honestly I always look sweaty and greasy. I don't know why, I just have oily skin, and that is okay. But I have decided that I will film a quick little Q&A so you guys understand why in the world I'm in Taiwan right now. A lot of you guys asked, why did I move to Taipei? Like, it was kind of random because I'm from Canada, specifically Calgary, and it's kind of random to move across the world and be like, peace out, I'm going to Taipei. But let me explain, all right? I have a few explanations as to why I'm in Taipei. First of all, I'm half Taiwanese. For those of you that didn't know, my mom is Taiwanese and I was actually born in Taiwan. However, when I was born, I was never registered under a household, so I do not have citizenship. And I only have my Canadian citizenship. But I do have a ton of family here. My grandparents, my uncles, aunts, cousins, like I do have a bit of a network here. Hence why I decided maybe Taipei would be a good place to move. I've also been to Taipei several times in my life and I've always loved it, and I've always wondered, like, could I live here? You know, like, could I see myself living here and, you know, just enjoying life? So that is one of the reasons why I decided to go to Taipei. Now, another huge reason why I decided to move to Taipei was because originally, like initially, when I was making this decision, you see, Taiwan was COVID-free at this time, okay? So people were going to concerts, clubs, restaurants, they were going out, hanging out with their friends. Like, COVID did not exist in Taiwan because everyone has to do 2-week quarantine, and usually they would catch the COVID cases in that 2-week quarantine. However, there has been a breach because a certain pilot went to a tea house with women and he had COVID, and from there on, COVID has just kind of spread throughout Taiwan during my quarantine period, which is really unfortunate because Taiwan is no longer COVID-free. And I'm so sad because I'm experiencing the pandemic twice. I experienced it in Canada 1 year ago, and now Taiwan is experiencing it, and I'm experiencing it with them. So my timing is not impeccable, but that is okay. I mean, there's nothing I can really do because, well, let's talk about, you know, what I'm doing here, because a lot of you guys were wondering what I'm doing here in Taiwan. So I got a job here. Now, I graduated from marketing in May 2020, and throughout the year, I looked for a job in marketing. I applied to jobs across Canada, but I didn't get a single interview. And that is when Taiwan popped into my head, and I was like, maybe I should go to Taipei. And then I found a job. So there was a guy, he was hiring for English teachers to, you know, teach English at his cram school. And if you don't know what a cram school is, basically it is school after school. So first you go to your normal school 9 to 3 or 9 to 5 or whatever, and then afterwards you go to more school in Taiwan. So that is what I got a job for. However, I don't really know what is happening right now because of COVID. I think it's just online right now. It's hard, you know, being in your 20s and having to go through COVID. Like, all the fun you could have had, but you can't because of COVID. Anyways, actually, I'm not complaining. Honestly, I had a great year, a great COVID year. I know a lot of people did not, and I'm so sorry for everyone who experienced any kind of loss or anything traumatic during the year of COVID. But I did have an enjoyable year because, you know, I just chilled. I went outside a lot. I hiked a lot. I did a lot of picnics with my friends. I had a good time, and that's when I realized, like, I was too comfortable, you know? Like, I'm so comfortable. Like, I didn't feel the need to do anything. Like, I could just chill and chill and chill, which chilling is good, but I wanted to grow. I wanted to do something different, and moving out was something I've never done before. In fact, just moving to another country, I've never done that before, so it's a pretty crazy thing that I did, I guess. I don't know. That's why I moved, and that's what I'm doing here. And a lot of people might be wondering, like, why did I move during this time when Taiwan, you know, is going through a little bit of a situation? Well, that can't be helped, because the process of getting my work permit and getting my special entry visa to come into Taiwan was a lengthy process. It was like 3 months and it required a lot of documentation. I had to do a full health check, a criminal background check. I had to send so many documents to Taiwan and vice versa. They had to send documents back to me. It was just like a lot of work, and then on top of that, booking like a flight and getting a quarantine hotel. It was just like not something I could just suddenly cancel because Taiwan was getting some cases. Because at the time when I was leaving, they had around 20 cases a day. But yeah, I couldn't just like cancel all my plans because I just would have been charged a lot of money. So I was like, you know what, we're just gonna go through with it, see what happens. And now I think Taiwan's getting like 300 or 400 cases a day, which in comparison to the rest of the world is actually still pretty good. However, there's 23 million people in this tiny little island and everyone is very close together. So hopefully that does not increase rapidly, and hopefully it remains steady and slowly just goes down. In a month or so, I will update you on the situation. If you guys have any specific questions about getting a work permit or how to find a job, you can definitely ask me in the comment section and I can explain more in depth. I don't actually have any experience, like formal experience of being a teacher besides like some tutoring that I've done in the past. However, you do have to take a course, either like a TEFL or a TESOL, in order to be qualified to be a cram school English teacher in Taiwan and several other countries. So that is a course that I'm currently in right now. So someone asked about house and apartment hunting. Well, I already got an apartment. I know usually you're supposed to look around and see what you like first, but after I do my 2-week quarantine here in this hotel, then I have to do another week of self-monitoring, which means like I can't take public transit and I'm not supposed to go to restaurants, but it's okay because they're closed anyways. And I just have to like monitor my health more closely during that week. And I also saw an apartment that was like my ideal apartment that I would want to live in Taipei. So I already put a deposit down. I already have roommates. I found them on Facebook. I will go more into depth about how I found my roommates in my apartment video, but I'm so excited to show you guys because it's super cute and it's my first apartment ever that I'm moving into. How did you feel on the way there? Were you nervous about COVID or relaxed? I was more just like sad about leaving my family because I've never left home before. I was slightly concerned about COVID, but now I'm even more concerned about COVID just because of the cases here. But at first I wasn't concerned about COVID at all because like Taiwan had no COVID cases, right? Am I nervous? You know, it's really hard to tell when you're making the right decision. Like you don't know. Sometimes you just gotta think of what you want to do and then just do it and just see what happens. It's really hard to know in the moment whether or not you are making the right decision. But I did have a gut feeling that I should go to Taipei and just experience what life is like here. So in that kind of sense, I do feel like I am where I should be, but I just don't know what the future holds, you know? It's so unpredictable. Is it hard to be away from friends and family? So that is definitely to be determined a little bit. It was definitely hard to say goodbye, but I am someone that does enjoy alone time, and I don't know, I like being on my own for sure. However, I'm here for 1 year, so I'm not gonna see my friends or family potentially for 1 whole year, and I don't know if that's gonna go by slowly or quickly. Like I feel like it just really depends on how busy I keep myself here, but it was definitely a very hard decision to make, that like, you know, I'm gonna be gone for a whole year and I'm not gonna see my friends or my family in real life, but thank goodness for FaceTime so that I can like call them whenever I want to. How do you afford moving so far? Okay, so I'm originally from Canada, right? And I was doing some part-time jobs throughout the year, just like, you know, waitressing and that kind of thing. And when COVID hit and everything got shut down, I became applicable for government funding. So throughout the entire year, I was collecting government funding, and I saved all that money. I did not spend it at all. And by the time that I decided to move to Taiwan, my government funding was ending. The point is that I saved all the money that the government gave me, which has helped greatly in funding my move because it is expensive. You know, you gotta pay for your flight, you gotta pay for your hotel, you gotta pay for so many things. And the hotel that I'm in right now, it is definitely a little bit pricier than the other hotels because I really wanted a hotel with windows, and a lot of hotels like didn't have windows or had a very small window. Someone asked, will you be trying some typical food from there? Yes, so I will definitely be trying some Taiwanese food here. I am vegetarian though, so it will be vegetarian Taiwanese food when I go out and eat. And Taiwan does have quite a bit of vegetarian food because they are predominantly a Buddhist country. What's something you're looking forward to do once you're out of quarantine? Honestly, I don't know, considering that now there is a bit of a lockdown, but in general, I'm excited to meet people. I'm excited to just like make some friends and get acquainted with the city. I'm just excited to live a different life because I've lived the same life for the past 23 years in Canada. I know my city so well. Like, I just want to live in a different city and see what it's like and just experience a whole new life. So I don't know, I guess that's mainly what I'm excited for. Do you speak Chinese? I kind of grew up listening to Chinese whenever my mom talked on the phone with like her relatives, and I also have been to Taiwan several times, so I am acquainted with the language and I can speak very, very little, and I can understand very, very little. Like, if you gossip about me, I probably know that you're gossiping about me. Anyways, I think that is all the questions that I'm gonna answer today. I'm so excited to just start, I don't know, just start filming here and just like making content, because definitely being here and just being in this new environment, I feel very inspired to just like film my life. You can definitely check out my Instagram at strawbanny. I will be posting photos there and like things I eat and random things in my day. And that's it for this video. So I will see you in the next one.